Level 1. The Cadet. The room smells like recycled air and cold metal. No windows, no clock, just a screen, and the sound of your own breathing. The simulator doesn't test your skill first. It tests what you do with silence. Because silence, real silence, has weight. It presses on your chest. It slows your hands. It makes you second guess every instinct you thought you had. Your palms are damp. You don't wipe them. You don't have time. The screen flickers. You correct. Too late. Just barely enough. It fades to black. Report at 0600. That's all. No score. No grade. No face to read. Just a number and the dark. You wake before sunrise. Not because an alarm tells you to, because something inside you already knows. The only way out of uncertainty is through it. You start with a full class. You don't finish with one. And here's the thing nobody explains. The ones who leave don't always fail. Some of them simply look in the mirror early and understand what this life will cost them. The rest of you, keep running. Level 2, Student Pilot. The first time you leave the ground alone, the whole world goes quiet. Not peaceful. Suspended, like reality is holding its breath to see what you'll do next. Your instructor has said nothing for 3 minutes. That is not comfort. That is assessment. Because what he needs to know isn't how you fly when everything is smooth. It's how you fly when something shifts. And something always shifts. A crosswind nudge. A gauge that reads slightly wrong. A decision that can't wait for certainty. Your first solo arrives with no ceremony. He steps out. He says 2 words. Take it around. And then he closes the door. You sit in the silence of that cockpit and realize something new. There is no one to look at. No one to follow. No net below the decision. Just you. And consequences that have always been real. You just couldn't feel them until now. You land. It's not elegant. It's not wrong. But something in you is permanently altered. Because now you know what it feels like to carry weight that no one else can carry for you. Level 3. Wingman. Now you belong to something. Not training, not a test, a formation. You hold position 3 meters, 6 meters, exact, not approximate, exact. Because at this speed, approximation is another word for failure. You are trusted here. But trust at this level is not a feeling. It is a loan. And the interest compounds in the air. A slight delay, a fractional misread, a half second where your attention drifts. Up here, small things don't stay small. In the evenings, there is laughter in the squadron room, louder than it needs to be, longer than it should be. You learn, slowly, that the noise is not just noise, it is the sound of people not saying certain things. Not because they can't, because some things, once spoken, demand to be carried by everyone in the room, and some weights are easier to hold alone. Level 4, Flight Lead. Leadership doesn't announce itself. One day you are following. The next day, people are watching your hands. You plan the mission. You assign the roles. You stand in front of a room and speak with certainty about a future that is never certain. That is the first deception of command. The operation goes well. Objective achieved. Everyone returns. That night, you don't sleep immediately. You lie there replaying the moment when the unexpected happened, the 2-second gap where the plan met reality and reality didn't blink. You made the right call. You know this, and still you replay it. Because success here is not loud. It doesn't feel like winning. It feels like relief. Quiet, private, exhausted relief. That the weight you carried today did not crush anyone beneath it. Level 5, Squadron Commander. Now the responsibility has a face. Many faces. A young pilot who reminds you of yourself. A veteran whose fatigue you recognize because you felt it too. A technician working past midnight for reasons no one has asked about. People are not systems. They don't follow logic. They carry histories. They have limits they don't announce until after those limits have been crossed. An incident happens, contained, controlled, no casualties, but close. Close enough that you feel it in your hands for weeks. You review everything, every variable, every decision, every gap, and what you find is not a single mistake, it's a pattern. Small pressures aligning at the wrong moment. Small silences no one thought to break. You fix the systems, you adjust the protocols. But the thing that shakes you, the thing you carry home and don't speak about, is this. You almost didn't see it coming. And that is something no protocol can fully protect you from. Level 6 Wing, Commander. You still fly, Rarely. And when you do, the aircraft feels different beneath your hands. Not worse, not unfamiliar, more distant. Like returning to a place you once knew completely and finding it has changed because you have changed. Your world now is rooms and maps, numbers and briefings, decisions that travel further than you can see. You balance speed against caution, efficiency against safety, what is possible against what is right. You learn, quietly, without anyone saying it, that the higher you rise, the fewer people there are who will tell you the truth without editing it first. That is a loneliness they never brief you on. You find other ways to stay honest. You walk the flight line alone sometimes. You ask questions you already know the answer to just to see if the answer has changed. Because at this level, the most dangerous thing is not a system failure. It's a slow, comfortable assumption that everything is fine. Level 7. General at the top, there are no more instructors. No one grades your decisions. No one corrects your posture. No one tells you when you've gone slightly wrong. The silence that once tested you as a cadet, now you live inside it permanently. Aircraft are symbols on screens now. Movements, data points, outcomes. The weight of a mission is no longer felt in your hands. It is felt in the pause before you give the order, in the one breath between knowing what must be done and saying it out loud. People call this control. It is not control. It is the acceptance of consequence at a scale no single person was designed to carry. And sometimes, in the rare quiet moments between decisions, your mind goes back to a gray room, to recycled air and cold metal, to hands that were slightly too damp, to a screen that faded to black and offered you nothing but a time and the instruction to return. And you realize something that all those years of rank and responsibility couldn't teach you. That room didn't measure who you were. It measured who you were willing to become. The pressure never left. It just learned your name, and you learned to carry it. Not because it got lighter, but because you got stronger. If you stayed till the end, you're not average. Subscribe. This channel is for people who think differently.